Well, it looks like the Batterizer product has been delivered, so I just got it today. They had to change their name to Batteroo. Better up, Batteroo. So, battery life extender. When am I going to test this? I don't know, pretty soon, I guess. But I want to make this point and drive this point home. First off, these people were being accused of promoting a scam. And I knew that wasn't a freaking true at all, because first off, the salaries of even the CPA that works for them would be, a couple years of his salary would easily take up more than what they got on Indiegogo. Their what is that, public funded thing, whatever the hell it was. So the uproar on YouTube about this, I realized, was being led by other forces, and anybody that really, said they're a real electronic expert and said this stuff is impossible, I don't trust them at all. But now I just want to say this was off of Gray Wolfson's survival blog, and this is this guy here. Now, where they start making some of their claims about 8 times more and stuff, it's really like if you're looking at what a jewel thief does, and I know some people were saying, oh, it's not a jewel thief, it's only a voltage booster or whatever, fine, whatever. But where I think, well, we'll find out what it really does later, but I just got it, so I just want to put this out. To really address the people that were saying these people were liars, they were just setting up a fund to take people's money. Well, that we know is absolutely false, because they delivered the product. Yeah, it did take a while because they hit a lot of problems. Also, I think it was Energizer Company sued them over the trademark or something. They had a legal battle because Batterizer was used by Energizer or some garbage. I'm going to mention a couple more things before I get into that. This was right off of Gray Wolfson's survival blog, and just so if you want to look him up on the web, GrayWolfSurvival.com. He's got a lot of cool stuff on there. It says he's a former counterintelligence special agent, U.S. Army chief warrant officer, combat veteran, grew up in the woods and spent a lifetime in various environments, from deserts to jungles, to politically sensitive urban environments. And I'm here to tell you what I know. So he talks about the jewel thief, and some people say this is it sounds, when they're describing the jewel thief, it sounds like what Batteroo is saying for their claims. But he goes on to say all preppers are interested in getting off the grid, saving energies, and creating their own energy. And yeah, this isn't necessarily for preppers. This is for toys, whatever the hell you want, cameras, I don't know, whatever. But let's say that you need to light up your campsite and all you have are several dead batteries. Did you know that the typical 1.5 AA battery, AA, is usually considered dead when it's down to anywhere between 0.9 to 1.3 volts? That's per his words. Now, he has nothing to do with this company. You see, but this is what's always been said about the jewel thief. Now the argument is going to be, this is not a jewel thief. I think it is a jewel thief, tell you the truth, in miniature, and somebody's going to slam me and say, oh, you don't know anything, fine, whatever. But I have to first initially say, for all the people that say these people are just liars and they weren't going to deliver a product and they were just doing this for a scam, I knew that wasn't true. Because even though a lot of people say, oh, $397,000 on crowd-funded Indiegogo, well, it's nothing compared to the salaries these people could draw with just working for a company, because they're qualified. So it all depends on the circuit your device uses, but you can assume that it's dead after about 20% of the voltage is used. So in some cases, he doesn't say that in here, but in some cases it's 10%. 10% of the batteries used, and that's where you say you have 90% over. That's in a few cases. That's where the up to 8 times spiel comes in. Okay, fine. So, but you can look at this guy's site. He has nothing to do with this product, okay? But I'm just telling you, this, I think, I don't know how useful this is going to be in every situation. I don't know. We're going to find out. I personally think it's going to have use, though. That's just, That's what I'm thinking. It's not going to just be something that is very niche. It's going to have use. So these are the sleeves, and it's got a little protective thing that comes in. So I did get it, and the sleeves say Batteriser on them. Why? Because they were likely. Yeah, you could tell that was a problem. Then you see that was a problem. The package says Batteroo, but the sleeves say Batteriser on it. That was the problem. That was another holdup. It's not that easy to freaking just come out with a big product that's, going to hit the globe and all this kind of stuff. It's not that easy. You run into snafus. People, well, what gets me mad is that I know there's been not just the people that were criticizing, but I know there was some kind of orchestrated campaign behind the scenes against this product. There's something else going on. And, interesting, I just put out a video about, I think I'm the only person that did that, about John Bedini's death on November 9th, I believe it was, November 9th, and 2016. Him and his brother both died the same day, John and Gary Bedini, involved in free energy research. You say no free energy. Well, you know what? Guy knows what he's doing, okay? And also, he was involved in medical research years ago as a technician working with a medical doctor, reviving world rife frequency technology that addresses cancer. Now, people say, "Oh, this is all hogwash." Well, you know what? On my channel, I put a lot of stuff out about that, but a lot of their various subjects, not just that. But, for the people that are still, highly critical of this Batteriser product and all that, and let me say, I know there's going to be orchestrated campaign behind the scenes, and, well, I don't know how effective it is. I don't know. We're going to find out. Eventually, I'll find out. I got to get some, I got all rechargeable batteries right now, so I got to get some regular ones. But obviously, they delivered the product. So obviously, the claims that there were liars about them just taking money and running was bogus. I knew that part was ridiculous, though, because they could have never made that much money off of. They could have made for $397,000 split amongst the qualifications of the engineers that run this company. That would pay for part of their salary for so many months. They wouldn't bother doing this. If they got $397 million, I'd be saying, well, maybe that would do it, right? But not $397,000. Forget it. And I know he sounds like a lot of money to some people. Now, if some 18-year-old, 20-year-old individual came up with this product, and they did that, well, I would say I would be very suspicious, but not the people that have been established, been doing this, and that could have just walked into some corporation and demanded a $250,000 plus salary. not people like that. So that I knew they weren't playing a scam that way. But if you look at the claims from Batteriser, and some people are saying you're outlandish. Well, look at the claims from the jewel thief. That's what it's been said about it. And we're to 8 times. That's in some real remote situations, but in some cases, only 10% of the battery is used up, and there's 90% left over on very few select devices. And typically, theoretically, let's say that the jewel thief will give you about double a lot of times, maybe sometimes like that. So whatever the hell it does, it should help in a lot of cases, I would assume. So, but yeah, just want to say they delivered it. And for the video I put out before using the French flag, saying we got a revolution going on here, well, the hell with the French flag, all right? You want me to use the French flag? I'm using my Confederate flag right here because I have Confederate heritage. To the South Carolina 8th Regiment and the Timmonsville Militiamen 21st Regiment of South Carolina, where it first began. And we're going to be fighting the big battery powers out there and the energy companies, and and where it all started with J.P. Morgan and John D. Rockefeller. And if you want to look up about things that have been gone on in history, John D. Rockefeller was a major player behind why we don't have hempoline today instead of gasoline. Gas from hemp, fuel from hemp fuel. John D. Rockefeller. Henry Ford was all for that, but he got stopped. You know, Nikola Tesla with his Wardenclyffe Tower with wireless electricity. Who stopped him with that? J.P. Morgan. Now, you know, there's a lot of things out there that have been known even in the medical field, not only electronically, but also through just natural medicine. What garlic can do, what baking soda can do, what plain vitamin C can do. But why does the medical field not use it? Because there's money involved. So don't think that, the battery sales that are, I don't know how many billions of batteries are sold every year and thrown away. And, their talk about, they could be stacked up and reach the moon so many times or whatever it was from, the Batteroo people talked about. Well, let me tell you, yeah, there's a lot of money at stake. And, what's YouTube going on? I don't even want to criticize YouTube because I realize the orchestrated campaign has been, directed from behind the scenes. But what I realize is that the people got led around the nose and thinking that these people were the bad guys. No. And so right now, the only obvious fact we can establish is they delivered the product. Yeah, it took more time, and you could see, the package on the outside says Batteroo, and the package on the inside says Batteriser, because they couldn't use that name. They had a problem there legally, because, from Energizer Company. I mean, I never even heard of Energizer using the name Batteriser in my million years, but somehow they got all bent out of shape, So that in itself should tell you something. And again, you can look at Gray Wolf's survival blog, and he can talk. You read all about the Jewel Thief, and that sounds exactly like the Batteroo product. I personally, not being an electronic engineer or anything like that, but I personally think it's a miniaturized, conveniently packaged Jewel Thief. That's what's the patent about it. It's the fact that it's in these little sleeves, and these little sleeves they're small, man. It's got a little thing on the end of it. It's like, it's got something in here. I don't know what's in there, man. I have no idea. It's like one side's blank and one side's got the circuits, man. So, and I'm not going to try to figure out what's in here as long as it works. You see? But, we have established that they didn't just take your money and run. So if you catch the naysayers in one line, the naysayers are probably lying like crazy. And I'm not saying all you people on YouTube are lying. What I'm saying is there was an orchestrated campaign behind the scenes with a lot of professionals to get a lot of regular people on board attacking the hell out of this product. So we got a revolution here. Anyway, over and out.